Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? I'm about to reveal part two video for y'all. Okay, I'm gonna do a story, behind a rapper called Shyheim. Yeah, he's a rapper from New York and how he was known by, him rapping with the Wu-Tang Clan. Let me see, I said around I think around the early 90s to where they were young, how I guess, started rapping, how he got, to rapping, acting, how he went to jail and how he got his own career. Um, crumbled to where he was, how he got a lot of stuff in his life to where, he was, I say, about a lot of stuff, drugs, charges, man, everything, man. So, I'm talking about, why he got, into business, why he started rapping, why he had kind of, started acting and everything. So, jail time is that. So, here we go, man. Okay, Shyheim, known as Shane Franklin. Yeah, he from Staten Island, New York area to where they, to where he was rapping when he probably young, age 14 years old. Okay, he started rapping when I think age 12, 13, 14, to where he got noticed by the Wu-Tang Clan. And so I think the Wu-Tang Clan is from basically the same city, man, Staten Island. So he was like a part of the Wu-Tang Clan with I said with the rapper I think Method Man, OEB, Older the Bastard, Ghostface Killer, some of other rappers, from the city they from, and how they was like trying to represent basically the whole New York area. And I think Shyheim was the youngest to where they, that he started rapping when he probably like age 14 years old to where they, he put out his first album out called the Record Child album. How he made his first debut album. How he got signed with the Virgin Records when he was younger. How he started to get getting more exposure out there. And I think how he started rapping and stuff. Man, I think he started rapping when he started put out his first single out called On and On. One for the Money. I think I had watch his videos a time ago too. I watching some YouTube, his videos and how he made the videos when he probably, was shorter, coming up a shorter man to where that, on how that he grew up rapping and how he started getting, I said with more influence in the rap culture and he started rapping when he was younger and so I think he started getting more to the rap game to where they, so I think he started battling people, freestyling people and so I think he started basically rapping at that. So I think New York is about yeah, I feel like the whole culture in New York is about basically they're trying to freestyle and stuff and how I think freestyle can be where rappers try to rap with bars and stuff. And I think Shyheim what's youngest dude they rap about basically the street life and how things what's going on in our neighborhood, like killing going on, violence going on, drug selling, everything, man. But for like that, Shyheim was a rapper. They were trying to rap about the whole experience, things that he seen growing up, man. But I feel like Shyheim was a rapper that kind of had, grew up in type of environment with things going on. How I had, yeah, I read somewhere that his mother was from drugs and how I think his whole childhood came much more like good and bad. I don't know. I guess his childhood came kind of like more good and bad to where that his family, his mom was from drugs and how he had to I think he had I don't know. I guess he kind of grew up in a type of environment when he was younger. How he grew up, kind of dysfunctional, messed up, man. But and so I think he had I guess the interview to where he did interview talk about his childhood background to where that he grew up in a basically a two-parent household. I think his father had I guess died. I don't know, and so his mother had got strung out on drugs or something. Man, I guess his own background became probably functional to where they that he had to support his mom, and so I think he had to I think he got they kicked out different schools and stuff, and how he got kicked out different schools, how he graduated from some schools out there, and how he had try and get I say more to rapping, so and how he had life started to get going further, and but I feel like that I think once you're in the music business, that young means that like especially like if you're young, mistake, I think people experience more stuff like drugs, money, sex, everything. I guess when you come to the music game, and but I feel like Shyheim, he's a rapper that will focus on on his craft, and so they start like getting much more involved in the music and how it's he said he got more involved in the movie, a film too, to where that he appeared a couple of like shows and movies when he was young. How he appeared on the first film called the Original Gangsters movie. To I seen the movie before to where that he played as the kid who rides on a little bike, on a little motorcycle bike to where that how he wasn't on that pasta that how that he was on I seen in the movie as the little kid riding the little um motorcycle pad and how he just the dude that was in the it's like a couple music videos like TLC called Waterfalls video and how that he was in like the Parenthood show I think it's on like a bunch of movies and stuff and how he had said that he didn't get much more involved in the movie beings like that because he said that he said that he was setting out if he's trying like be in movies and stuff how people would call him a sellout man but I feel like that Shyheim want to focus on on his on I say on his music so I think he appeared on a couple of movies and shows and how he quit acting today man I feel like that the music business, was for him to where that I guess he wanted like focus on his craft and how things, will start to get downhill for him. I think it's I guess his career had went down after that, man. And but for like that, I think he said that he was focused on, on the movie thing no more, man. To where that he rather like, rap stuff, man, and how that I guess he's trying to get back to the to music game stuff, man. But I guess after that, man, I guess he uh yeah, I feel like his downfall came to where that I think I in a lot of trouble when we were young. I think yeah, I read somewhere that Shyheim got arrested for a couple of guns and drugs and stuff. How that he was like got charged in 2002 or 2003 for attempted armed robbery until he got in trouble with law when he was like young. How he got probably more fucked up in the in the prison system man to where that he got I some more involved in the whole tree life and how his own career came way down after that man. But for like that, I think Shyheim kind of went bad to where that he went to jail a lot of time for things he did, man. To where that his career had went in a crumble state to where that he was on how he wasn't trying to focus on his path as a rapper no more, man. I guess he got involved in street life, man. How street life can get you caught up, man. And how it can get you put in top of dangerous situations in life to where it really can affect his career, man. But I feel like Shyheim had lost everything, man, while he was in jail, man. But how he got out in 2000 and so I think around the early 2000s he got out of jail. How he had went to jail back around 2014 for a hit and run accident to where that he was driving in New York and how he killing two people. How I think he like ending two people's lives. While I think that he was driving like under kind of like under influence or either he was driving too fast and how he killing like people in the car. And how he went to jail for himself for manslaughter. So I guess he was just manslaughter to where that he killing people in the car. How he has served I think 18 years in prison for the manslaughter charge. So I think he got out of prison back around time 20. So I think he doing good now. So he got out of prison back over 3 years ago. So to where that he rather like trying to get back basically to his own purpose is being of trying to make him be as better rapper. And so I think he want to get back to the music game. So I think he's doing shows and not shows or either he's still performing I think. And so I think still like doing shows. I guess doing his own I think movie thing. I don't know. I think he's still acting again. I don't know, man. But I feel like that he's still doing his thing right now, rapping. So and I guess he's doing better now than before, man. So but uh, So you move up about the rapper Shyheim for day. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to peace. I'm out here. Take care. Peace.